Okay. Still number one. Still the one. Um, Let me do something about my dry lips. Still growing my YouTube, so hopefully people will come on. Happy Saturday. If anybody watched this replay, welcome. If anyone comes on here live, that'll be dope. That'll be dope. I just want to clear my mind a little bit, and I'm a communicator. I like to communicate. That's what I do. So, oh, there's somebody. Hey, hey, welcome. I will talk to one person. I sure will. Let me moisturize my lips first. But you see hopefully you see the title. And that's one of the things that's heavy on my mind. Another thing that I've noticed with having this channel and reading a lot of people's comments who are aspiring van dwellers, I really like to, just keep it 1,000, period, because I keep it 1,000 with myself. And so the title is really something that I'm experiencing right now. And just to give a disclaimer, not everything can be prepared for. Like savings get depleted. Your savings account get depleted. This is why I stress for those to keep your job. And that may mean you staying locally, but if you're already a W-2 worker, you don't need to quit your job because being self-employed, a gig worker, a freelance van dweller, honey, it is not going to be easy to keep consistent income. This is a fact. This is just a real fact. And you're not going to quickly become a digital nomad. That's not going to happen quickly. Whether it's through YouTube or any other social media or getting gigs where you can work remote. This is not going to I know I see, let me not speak for everybody, but I know I see a lot of advertisements. I'm 49, honey. I'm very familiar with smoke and mirrors being blowed up people's you know where. And a lot of it is just that. In reality, to go and try and get some of these, it's not going to be quick or easy. And again, savings get depleted and you can't prepare for everything. Like the changes in the economy, you can't prepare for that. You can't prepare for how much things will increase. You can't prepare for that. And when you do have a little something cushioned away, the increase inflation is going to trump into that. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna start eating away into that. Um, and the cost of gas and just things like that. So I have a lot of things on my mind because here's the thing about being a self-employed creator of my own income, a gig worker, even creating things like I'm a seller, not an online seller. I've tried that. Like I've attempted to do reselling, but I'm a real in-person type person. Like I do very well in person. And when the economy gets tight, where everything is going up, and the last thing to go up are people's income, when you're in a need based business, like I'm a creator, right? Like I create things, I'm artistic, I create things. So crochet, paint. Right now, I have some other things that I'm working on. One of them is over there drying. I'm not revealing it yet. I want to get them all done. But things like that, they're not a need base. They are really just wants and luxuries. No one needs um they may be clothing, but no one needs crochet. Handmade custom crochet design. No one needs um paintings. No one needs creative wall decor or whatever it may be. So when this is the space that I'm in, and even when it comes to my gig work, I really like cleaning because I am an eccentric, very thorough type of cleaner. And I'm like, people just really are accustomed to mediocre clean. But even that, I've seen the demand go way down, even for people having their own ads posted. The demand has gone down because the the money just isn't there in the people's income. So I just want people to be aware. The hype is really hyping. The hype is really hyping of just being able to keep steady income or just make money or be a digital nomad. Like the hype is hyping, and I'm here to tell you that it really is hype. What Flavor Flav say? Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype, because you will find yourself out here thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna, live this life and have this freedom," and then you're gonna be like, "How am I gonna make money? Or I have this idea to make money, but nobody's buying. I don't have a consumer base. Um, it's not what I thought it was gonna be. So let me go back to this apartment and fill out job applications." I've seen that. I've seen that happen because the hype is really hyping out here in these van life streets. And it's not all um, butterflies and pollinators, you know, it's not. Every aspect of life, you're going to have your lean times. And when it comes to being self-employed, like the reel I made, this is why I put away so many nest eggs in non-cash, non-fiat currency value for these super lean times when my savings, like my traditional savings account, which is such a waste of energy, just my opinion, because the interest on that is shit. It's just like I'd rather put money away in other places where I have where the interest is greater, where it actually sitting there and it's growing. It's actually growing versus a bank or even, um, a credit union, which is a little bit better. But I I put money away in places that are not in fiat currency or not easily accessible for times like this, when it's like no matter what I'm doing, I'm not getting any bites on my line. It's like I got my reel out there, I'm putting different reels out there in the water, and I'm not getting any bites. So what do I do? Um, you go to places to sell the things that you have, and no one's buying. So I find myself lowering prices on things, and just constantly thinking about what I can do. And this clogs my mind for the bigger things that I want to do. Like, for example, I'll share this with y'all. One of the things I want to accomplish by the end of this year is, and I've been in the process of, I want to write a children's book. This is something that is heavy on me to do. I've written children's books before as a trial, right? Like, they're not anything, no, 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 just small little. And this was when I was in Arizona, just as a trial. Just, they didn't sell, nothing like that. Just the experience and the process of doing it. So now I'm really like, I am going to, not I want to, I am going to write a children's book this year. So having the the clogged mind of how am I going to revive my income? What am, you know, what is what? Um, God, just guide me, because you know best. These are things that I don't need to have my mind blocked with. Hey, Zeta. Best way to save is a private. Yeah, I have several private places. Yep, yep. I totally agree. I completely agree. I have several private places, several different little investment stashes that have been growing over the years. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. But here's the thing also, to piggyback on that, me being a non-traditional worker for so long, my income has my income has pretty much never, because at 14 I decided I'm not going to work for anybody for more than 2 years. At 14, I was like, I'm going to figure out how a way to support myself. There's no way I'm going to work on a job for more than 2 years for anybody. At 14, I told myself, and I've never had a job more than 2 years. So with that being said, like, I'm not like your regular person who was with this company for this long, and they have all these tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars saved. No, that's never been me. And I'm okay with that, because I vowed I will never work for someone for more than 2 years. I'm going to figure out how to support myself. You know what I mean? And I don't need my expenses and my lifestyle to be through the roofs to where as I have to keep this amount of money coming in. I have to keep doing this. I never wanted to be dependent on someone feeding and clothing me. And then to say, you know what, Shalonda, we're going to make these changes, or we're going to downsize, or Shalonda having a low white blood cell count and getting sick the way I've always gotten sick. Someone saying, well, it's unfortunate you get sick for so long, but we're going to have to let you go. It's just, I've never lived a traditional life for too long. So I do agree. I definitely have stashes in several different places, but they are not probably what yours are by any means, by any means. And no one ever left me anything. And that's something that's also on my mind. I want to leave something. I want to leave something for my grandchildren. I want to leave something for their children. I want my great grandchildren to know my name. And that's only going to happen if I leave something. So, uh, yeah. Yeah, I just, want the people who subscribe to this channel, or even if you're not subscribed, but you are a viewer, just to realize that I won't necessarily say a backup plan, because that's being half-assed. Like, I do believe in, what did Zig Ziglar say, being a meaningful specific, right? I do believe in being a meaningful specific. So to go all in on whatever it is you do, to be fully present, to have your mind exactly where your body is when your body is in that place. I do believe in that. But I just want everyone to know that you have to be able to be agile and to pivot and adjust and to constantly think on your feet. Because when you're getting started, whether you want to be a digital nomad or become, to where you have monetized social media pages, it's going to take some time getting there. In between that is just navigating the economy, because um, that's what we all have to do. And even when at my highest point of having my cleaning gigs, I had both commercial and residential, and not big businesses. They were small. Actually, one of the owners was my residential client. So then He gave me two of his offices as well. And he was going through some financial things uh, with court and some different things like that. But one of the things that he used to do to supplement his income, he had a big, big multi-million dollar, um, over 5,000, I think it was over 5,200 square foot home. That's the home that I would clean, um, in Tustin up in the hills. Beautiful. But how he supplemented his income, he would rent that out for weddings, photo shoots, parties, anything. Like he had it on, I guess there's a certain website, but he had it on there. And him renting it out is what actually paid for the home. And that was super, super smart. Um, and I've suggested that to people, but in your regular life, people don't want people in and out of their home, you know, although it is a great, great source of income, even if it's just renting out a room to a person or a single woman or a woman with kids. Like it's a great opportunity. So I thought it was very smart for him, but he was an entrepreneur. I thought that was very smart because that's something that a lot of people don't want to do. But when he got the house, he's just like, this is gonna pay for itself, and here's how. So, but not having that anyway, as things started to get tight on him, I was affected as well. And we see businesses doing big cuts, um, employee cuts and cutbacks of their spending and different things like that. So it's something that when the economy really starts to squeeze, everyone takes a hit in some way or another. The wealthy don't take as big of a hit as your everyday working people do. You know what I mean? So this is also why I have so many. And here's where I'm going. I'm going on getting these. See, these are just stashes. These are stashes and investments. They're not streams of income. And that's what I'm working towards, getting several different streams of income that are constantly coming in. And all I know how to do is work, right? All I know how to do is work. And when I say all I know how to do, I mean I have ideas. I have ideas that I've been able to work. But that's the thing. You can't get anywhere if you constantly have to do the work. So I've been trying to figure out how to create a team, how to get a team, like how to get the people for one. And I think a lot about how Jesus did it because that was the first thing he did, got his team. That was the first thing he did was put together his team. Let's think about that. The very first thing he did was to put together his team. And any entrepreneur, all the seminars I've been to, next to getting a mentor, that's the first thing they tell you, build a team, because you're never going to be able to really have multiple streams of income if you're the one constantly working, like if you have to be there. And if you have to be there, you're not going to be able to make money in your sleep because you're asleep, you're not working. So that's what I mean when I say all I know how to do is work. I have the ideas and I know how to execute the ideas. I need to know how, or figure out, not know how, but I need to figure out how and where to build a team so that I can begin to have multiple streams of income, to whereas when this one slows down, I still got six others, you know, because that is the key right there. Now, I did myself a favor. Anytime my income is free flowing, I put money away in all these different places. Like I was just saying, I put things away that need to be converted back to fiat currency if I need to use it, or in a place where I can't even touch until a certain time frame. Like I can't even think about that. I can't, because I can't touch it right now. So yeah, that's the thing. And my children's book isn't even a part of that, although it is. That's not. This is just something really from my heart, and being an avid reader since I was a child, and having so much life experience. And I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I became my own therapist at 12 years of age. Um, I was shown who I am at around 5 or 6 years old. So, uh, yeah, I just there. I wasn't born to be like anybody else. I was born to be me, and I leaned into that at a very early age. So I've healed myself all along my journey as it's come. So my childhood me, I healed her while I was a child. My 20-year-old me, I healed me while I was in my 20s and 30s, because some things just really take a lot. So now here I am ending my 50s, and I've lived I've lived my life exactly how I saw fit, and I love my life. I love the way I live. I really love the way I think. And because I've been to so many entrepreneur seminars over the last couple of decades, and because I've talked to and have been talking to multimillionaires and billionaires since my 20s, I know that wealth is really created in the later years in life, like where I'm at now and where I'm going to. So I feel that it's even more important for me to put together a team and really figure out how to put together a team, you know, because being a self employed van dweller, it's not as easy as social media would lead you to believe, you know, and you got to keep in mind what you don't know and what you don't see, which is the people who, and this is real, this isn't me talking from brown skin, this is from me knowing, me knowing. I know that there are some people who are retired military that have that retired military consistent money coming in. There are people who have military disability consistently coming in, and that will be coming in for the rest of their life. There are people who have parents who are wealthy that will fill in the gaps. There's a lot of real life situations out here of people who live full time in a vehicle on the road that are able to show you just the carefree beauty of it. And there are also some who I personally have watched since the beginning of their journey who were working, maybe, as independent workers, but were working, and the journey of that to becoming monetized, to where now that monetization supports their life. It's a journey. It's not right away. I'm always open to learn new things. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's the growth, So um yeah, that's where I'm at now. So I have a couple of creative projects. Like I have this idea, I love it. I started working on one of them yesterday. I'm still drinking this, but it involves glass bottles. I'll tell y'all that much. And that's it. So um I have quite a few that I'm going to be making, and I'm debating. I really don't want to go to Venice Beach, but I'll probably go to the Laguna Beach area, which is a city. Laguna Beach is a city. I'll probably go there. It's a very wealthy area, or go to San Juan Capistrano Beach. I'll probably go further south to sell these things, but this is an idea that I have, and again, it's a want, it's not a need. It's a creative thing. It's just, again, um, something to rev up some income to get some sales and to clear my mind so that I can really focus on my children's book, So just know that when you take on this lifestyle, if you I think it would behoove anybody to just explore the state that they live in. If you are able to work, like, and when I say that, I mean like you like working. Like I said, at 14, I told myself I'm never going to do this for more than 2 years for somebody. I never liked it. I never enjoyed it. To me, I'm like, I can think for myself. And also at 13, I started using the 24-hour format. I'm like, I can count to 24. I don't need you to break down 24 for me. 12, 12, 1, 1, 2, 3. No, no. It's 1400 hours. It's 1700. It's 1925. Like I know how to count. I know how to tell time. I don't need to break it down 12 and 12. It doesn't make sense to me. But this is me, right? Like this is me. I change all my digital clocks to 24-hour format. Been doing that since I was 13. I started working on my extreme peripheral vision at 13. Like I'm a very trained person. And so at 14, I'm like I can figure out how to take care of myself. I can figure out how to buy my own clothes, how to feed myself because baby, I've been fired enough to know that that whole feeling as an adult, like what do you mean? It's just crazy. Is it to so that's me. I don't care what anyone else does, but these are decisions that I made as a very young girl, right? So uh, I'm just letting you know, I think it would be smarter for those who can work and have a W 2 job. It's a great way to decrease your expenses. And if you're able to and wanting to and interested in living in a vehicle, baby, do not give up your job. Do not give up your job and trade your rent or mortgage for gas and vehicle maintenance by living on the road. It's not what you think it is. And I would love for someone to just comment on one of my community posts or videos who has taken my suggestion by saying just put in the YouTube search van life breakdowns so that you can see how often van lifers who live on the road have breakdowns. That's what you will be trading your rent for. And if you don't have consistent income because you decided to quit your job and you know meander all around the country, I'm just here keeping it 1000 with you to say your savings are going to be depleted. You cannot prepare for everything. You don't know what you don't know. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Break that down. Listen to that again. You don't know what you don't know. So how do you know what to prepare for? Because you don't even know. We have to think logical and not emotional, and that's very logical. You don't know what you don't know. So I would love to hear some feedback on somebody saying, "Damn, I didn't realize that there were so many van life breakdowns," because there are. So just um just know that I do have some things that I'm working on, and as another reason why, like for me, I like my life um moving at a pace that I can breathe and think. I like that for me. I've always been a very slow moving person. Like I move so, growing up, hearing people, oh, watching you is a no. Why are you watching me? Don't watch me. You know what I mean? Why are you moving so slow? Because that's how God made me. Come on now. I'm very deliberate with my movements when I do things. You know what I mean? And I don't make big messes. So I move slow. I'm a slow mover. I'm a very intentional and deliberate action taker. You know what I'm saying? So I like that I have always pretty much navigated my life at my pace because I'm not in a rush. Every moment for me is a precious moment. I can't be in a rush for tomorrow because who promised me tomorrow? Who? Because God never did. So who promised me tomorrow to where I'm so much in a rush to get through today and to be so disrespectful of the present? Who don't like presents? Like who don't like presents? Why do you think the present is called the present? And why do you think gifts are called presents? So, I relish every single moment of every single day. And I like being able to think. I like not getting frustrated because, oh my God, my income, I need to make money because I'm okay. Yes, I need to make money. It's more of a want though, because there are things that I want to do that cost money. But a need, like a dire need, no, it's not a dire need because at the end of the day, God is always going to send things my way when I need them. And this, my life has proven that to be a fact. I don't debate my factual life with anybody. So I don't have an expensive life to whereas I need to be stressed out about. I like being able to think and breathe and figure out what my next move should be. That's right. I was always work, work, but I saved good money and stopped working at 49. That's awesome because of an injury. Then started having health issues, but I still do for me. That's right. That's another thing I didn't want because I saw that when I was younger too, in my teens, in the 90s. I saw that a lot. You know what stuck out to me big time? My mom used to watch Oprah, and this was in the mid 90s. She was watching an Oprah episode. This was, I want to say, in 95, between 94 and 96. Okay. She was watching an Oprah episode, and there was a black woman on there. And during that time, this woman was making 75K a year. Now, that was good money for the time. That was great money. She was in a profession, and had been. She had been. She didn't just start making that money. She had been in this profession. And she got some, I don't know if it was cancer or, but she got some serious illness. And I don't, it just, her short term disability, long term, it's just everything had gotten to where it was all depleted, including her savings and then her job, and just her whole life got flipped, turned upside down from that one illness. And not only that, but I used to constantly see people, and these were the baby boomers that I'm talking about. I'm a Gen Xer, right? So in my teens and early 20s, I would see so many of the baby boomers who was pushing, they pushed on us, go to school and get a good job, but I never saw that work for anybody. And I mean really work to whereas, you know, they were like really okay. No, because one good tragedy, or they were so pent up from stress of their job that that ended up causing health conditions. And I just, none of that ever appealed to me. I'm like, why are y'all pushing this? And it's not working for anybody. Nobody is it working for. And I just, It just didn't work for me. I never wanted that life because it didn't seem like freedom to me. And when I say freedom, I mean freedom of mind. No one seemed to be free enough to be able to just think. No one seemed free enough to be able to just breathe. No one seemed free enough to be able to just relax. That's what I mean. None of them seemed free, and they were all just in a career working for someone else, taking the trickle down stress of someone else, and then I've talked to several people, and I know several people whose maybe their dad owned a business, but it was pretty much he just bought himself a job because he was the one that constantly worked and he was stressed, and it was his own business, but he was barely making ends meet, and it just wasn't a life of freedom. It wasn't a life of freedom. It wasn't a life of being able to breathe easily. It wasn't a life of, like everything was angst. Even to have to constantly stay on the go to keep that income. Constantly, I see even my clients who I've had for a few years, 7 days a week, 7 days a week, the kids are asking, wanting to play and do this and that. And I'm just like, that's not living. That's not a life for me. That's not a life that I could ever look at and say, like when I was younger, that's what I want. No, I would rather be here where I'm at because this is where I decided to be. This is where I decided to be. I can think. And not only that, but when I encounter people, my clients, like they speak very beautifully of me. And it's my real perspective that I share with them. It's my real self, you know? Because I don't have anyone manipulating me. I'm not anybody's puppet. I'm not anybody's. And when I say that, I mean, with all due respect, but I mean, as like in some of these high paying careers, a lot of these excellent workers and excellent people, lawyers, doctors, and different things, like they are high class puppets and they're stressed. They are stressed. You know how many lawyers I've heard of that then got out of the business after a heart attack, after a stroke? Like that's real life. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I never thought it was worth it because no one genuinely looked happy. I never saw a fucking happy baby boomer working their asses off. And then we, their Gen X kids, was always alone. So, we wilded out because the parents were never home. The parents was always on the go. We wilded out. You know what I mean? Like I'm just keeping it 1,000. And we loved it. We loved that they were never. We loved it because we're definitely not gonna follow in your footsteps. You know what I mean? Like you taking this stress out on us. You miserable. And then you always at work, you always at the office, you always got a meeting, or you're always looking for a job. Like nobody, us Gen Xers wasn't about that. That you could have that. You could have that. We didn't care nothing about what they were talking about because you do not make it look desirable. I do not want your life. I'm just keeping it 1,000. It's I'm in my 50s now and realize that overachieving is a lie that we were fed it by the big platefuls. You hear me? I only believe in overachieving for oneself. I'm serious. I'm serious. I only believe in going above and beyond for yourself when it comes to healing, when it comes to really being honest with yourself, you know. hurtfully honest with yourself. I believe in going above and beyond, overachieving when it comes to forcing and pushing your own growth, when it comes to pushing oneself out of their comfort zone. Because, baby, being comfortable can get very uncomfortable. Being comfortable is the most uncomfortable place to be, because that can translate to um, just settling, and stagnant water smells like shit. We all know that. Stagnant water, pu. Nobody wants stagnant water. So being comfortable is that side dish that they fed us with, the going to school and getting good grades and get that good job and work for a company for 25 years, just for you to have a bad divorce and need a little longer time off for them to say, you know what, that's all on you, we gonna have to let you go. Mother, what? I've been here 27 years and you just gonna let me go like that? Never was about that life. Never was about that life. Not gonna give nobody. And I'm not saying how I did it was the right way. I'm saying how I did it was my way, that I told myself I was going to do as a teenager. I've quit jobs and then just started some self-employment venture. I've quit jobs and started a candy store out of my room. I've quit jobs and like, you know what? Let me start selling this, because I wasn't going to be anywhere for more than 2 years. My longest job, I was a program manager. It was 18 months I was there. And Hennepin County, the state of Minnesota, got rid of the program. It just so happens that when you know, my words will not come back to me void. I'm not going to work for anybody for more than 2 years. And I've been able to figure out my life along the way. And no, no one would trade their life for mine, but no one has the skin that I have. No one is able to walk in my shoes. But also, this is why I'm able to give realistic perspectives and advice that, if taken and applied, you absolutely will not uh, be like, I don't know why the fuck I listened to her. That's not me. That's not me, because I've lived a non-traditional life by choice, on purpose, deliberately, because I'm going to be me. I'm going to be authentically me. I'm going to take all of the trash that gets talked about me. I'm going to take all the criticism. I don't care nothing about that. Every part of my being has been talked about, trashed, criticized. I don't care anything about that, because I've had some of them same people come back to me for advice. And you know what they say? Because Shalonda, I know you're going to keep it real with me. Because Shalonda, I value your opinion. Shalonda, I value your advice. Some of the same people that have talked about me, criticized me, laughed at me. So I can't care about things like that. I care about my well being. I care about making myself uncomfortable when I'm feeling too comfortable, because I prefer to be uncomfortable. I like to constantly think about problems to solve. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Which is why I'm having this live right here, because I this is where I'm at right now, and I like talking things out. Sassy. You have inspired me so much. That's awesome. Thank you. I have a 2017 GMC Arcadia I turned into my little home on wheels. I'll be starting my YouTube channel soon. I hate paying $1,500 a month. That's right. That's right. That shit is crazy. Can't ever get too comfortable. There is always change. The seasons let us know that. The seasons let us know that. Hmm. That's crazy. I'm so excited for you, because you're going to get to see that $1,500. You're going to get to put it away. Hopefully, you're not going to hit the road quickly because, like I say, you know, it'll be a minute before your page gets monetized, and then once you get monetized, it'll be another minute before that's you're able to live off that. But it would be so dope to see a YouTube channel of someone from the perspective of, I got tired of paying rent, and this is how I live. And look, now let me show you around my state. Let me show you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have my job, but I get to actually enjoy my days off and go and see the place that I live. You know how many, like, there, every van life channel is a travel on the road. And it's just, people are tired of that. And I know that because I saw it in somebody's comments. It was like, please don't turn this into a van life channel, a travel channel. There are enough of those. And there really are. There really are. Um, Everyone's paying high rent. Everyone's struggling to pay rent. It would be dope for some people to see a van dweller who lives locally, still works their job, and is just enjoying their life from living in a van and doing fun things on their days off. That would be dope. That would be really dope. Because I'm telling you, that $1,500, you don't want that to go to, constant repairs and gas. You know what I'm saying? Paying $500 a month in gas now because you always driving and, putting all these miles on your vehicle. That's a 2017. Okay. How many miles are on it? You don't want to just get to putting a bunch of miles on it, recklessly. That's just my opinion. But again, that's because I do know how many van life breakdowns there are. I do know that. hmm And when you have that, you know, it's getting a rental vehicle or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I've seen people get rental vehicles. I've seen people break down who have a trailer that they pull. So, they had to go stay at their sister's place or get a rental, just all kinds of situations. Dad had to come to wherever they are and, help get them out of a bind, like all kinds of situations with these unexpected breakdowns. But I'm very excited for you. Very excited for you. That's awesome. $1,500 a month. That's a lot of money for shelter. That's a lot of money. The most I've ever paid for rent was 870. And after that apartment, I found another apartment paying 650. And after that, that's when I've been done. I've been a mobile dweller since since then. I can't imagine. I can't imagine paying over $1,000 a month for rent by myself. Like, my portion isn't 450. I'm paying this by myself. I'm paying this by myself. I don't have however many roommates to get my portion down to 500. Oh, my hat goes off to people. There's a woman on my Discord, and she's a young woman. She's in her 30s, and she paid, I think, damn near 1,500 in Georgia. Whoo! I'll be like, baby, but she did take my advice and called some of her utilities, and she was able to get her cable bill down $70. And that may not sound like anything to most people, but baby, that $70, it put a smile on her face. And it was a great help for her because, the next thing, work on, increasing your income. Like, and I was just talking to her about that. I want to say last week, a couple weeks ago, like, about the whole comfort thing. I'm like, you're too comfortable at your job. Control the controllables, right? You don't know if they're in the talks of selling this company. You don't know that. You don't know if at the end of this year they're going to be letting you go because the new own, like, you don't know, and you doing all these things, and all these just all kind of things to make ends meet that are still barely meeting, when while you can, why don't you just look for a higher paying job? Why don't you really see yourself in a positive light, really play up all of the things that you currently do in your job right now? Play them up, right? Don't talk them down. Oh, I just no, play them up. Get the dictionary and thesaurus and to find the best words to play them up so that you can seek a higher paying position somewhere else, not even in the same company, but somewhere else. And so, you know, um, it's a reality to, I think, make yourself get uncomfortable to push yourself forward, because stagnant water smells like shit. Employer don't value loyal employees anymore. I don't think they ever did, in my opinion. It doesn't pay to work for years, lose your job, and look back knowing you never enjoyed it. Right, 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 right. I got a girlfriend in Arizona who's Jamaican. Her mom, she's been in this country since she was 5, but she's Jamaican. Her whole family's Jamaican. So she herself doesn't have an accent, but her mom and everyone else does. But her mom, she cracked me up, and her mom is my age. Right? Look, she's my girlfriend, but her mom is my age. So and I think she's in her young 30s now. My girlfriend Gina. So she says, when I was in Arizona, she told me this, that her mom works in like a factory or something, and they have their quotas. So everyone else does more than the quota. And somebody had asked her mom, like, why she only do the 300, and she was like, that's the quota. That's what I'm supposed to do, the 300. Why would I do more? I said, I know that's right, because you're not gonna get paid more. You're not gonna get paid more within this 9 to 5. If you do five, if you do 500, you're not gonna get paid more for that extra 200 you did. She said, no, I do my job. I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. For real. Why work your body, work your mind like that? I can't. I laughed so hard, but I was with it. Wait a minute. Girl, I hear everything you saying. I am eating it up, plan to stay right in my own state. Like you say, I will not be putting any wear and tear on my right, because you don't want them problems. Shalonda, at 62, I lived both traditional and the nomad life. I know, I remember you telling me. Still nomad, but part time these years. I do it in a Kia Soul today and hope to continue till my time is done. I know that's right. And I have been called crazy because I live this life, but I have no regrets at all and raised my 2 daughters. They even enjoyed it. They even enjoyed some of it when they was little. That's what kids do in general. In general, I've seen kids really do enjoy it because it's not normal and it's fun, and they're not just trapped. Yeah. So I looked up the word crazy. You got to really dig through. You got to really dig through just the like just opinion of crazy, but the actual definition of the word crazy is odd, unpredictable, and non conforming. That is the actual definition of the word crazy. And I hold that near and dear because I am odd, I am non traditional, and I'm non conforming. I mean, I am uh, unpredictable and I'm non conforming. That's the actual definition of the word crazy: unpredictable, odd, and non conforming. I don't think that's a bad thing because, I mean, life is unpredictable, life is odd. We live on planets in the middle of just suspended in midair, as far as we know. That shit's odd and non conforming. Like, I'm not putty, I'm not clay. I can't conform to what someone else wants me to do. I can't conform to someone else's way of life. I'm a red triangle. I don't fit inside of a blue square. An orange circle doesn't fit inside of a blue square. A yellow hexagon does not fit inside of a blue square. Why the hell are there so many people shoved into blue squares? That never made sense to me. That never made sense to me. And that's why I came up with my own slogan for one of my brands, Creative Nomad. There is no box, think freely. Because again, as that young teenager, I remember standing on the block thinking, I created this box in my head. I'm thinking, right? I was in my head thinking, and I created a box, and then I start trying to think outside of it. Because as a Gen Xer, that's what they used to tell us all: think outside the box, think outside of. So first, I got to create a box in my mind and then try and think outside of it. That was too much work for me. There is no box. Think freely. So if I just get rid of the box, I can just think. Let me just think. Okay, I don't need any steps before thinking. I could just think freely because there is no box. And that's how I've lived my life. There is no box. Think freely. There is no damn box. Because I'm going to have to create the box. And then I'm going to have to focus on thinking outside of it. Shut up. Shut up. Don't tell me that. But this is me, right? So that's crazy. That's odd. That's unpredictable. That's crazy as hell. So I know I'm crazy and I'm okay with that because I can also guarantee you I'm the only Shalonda Elise you will ever, ever, ever meet, born to Gwendolyn Margaret, coming out of the scrotum sac of John Allen. I'm the only one. I'm the only one. So I should be the entire definition of crazy. I should be, as should everyone else. And the world would be a lot more enjoyable if we lived as differently as we all look. The world would be a lot more enjoyable. And I say that because we'd have a lot more to gain from one another because you would be living your turquoise uh octagonal life, right? And me as a red triangle would be like, damn, I'd have so much to gain from you. You'd have so much to gain from me because we live in our authenticity and it's intriguing. You're like, wow, I've never met a red triangle. That's dope. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, wow, I've never met a turquoise octagon. That's fucking amazing. But no, no, that's not how we live, but that's how we're made. That's exactly how we're made. And then we'd be able to work together because I got something to offer you, you have something to offer me. You know what I mean? and we never would have gotten rid of the whole barter system and the whole, families creating their own business because, yeah, everyone's going to be an employee. That's what the kids are for. That's exactly what the kids are for because we got the barter system. But why do we need grown adults working for other people's dads and then expecting someone else's dad to give a damn about you when your dad didn't create a business for you to come and work at? You know what I mean? So again, that's just how I think. And I'm very creative in every way. Yep, same here. For me, life has no plan, just experiences and learning. Exactly. 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 So that's where I'm at. This has been really, really, really helpful for me. I got a lot off my mind. I really appreciate you so much being on this live. Um, Everyone who was and is on here, because, like I said, being a self employed, creating my own way, van lifer, um, keeping consistent income is not always easy. It is not always easy. Um, and I didn't have a dad to teach me how to create a business. I didn't have a family business to know how to really build a business, a business. I know how to be self employed, I know how to work, right? But I'm learning on my own how to build a business. And so, yeah, I needed this. I needed this just to get these thoughts out of my head, and hopefully somebody is inspired, even if it's just to know, like the sister said, baby, don't quit your job and get to prancing around the country because it is not all what it's cracked up to be. And if you want to do it, like for me, if I chose to live that life, it's going to be when I have many income streams that don't require my presence, to know that, okay, not a savings, but I got money coming in on the regular. You know what I mean? I have tens of thousands of dollars coming in on a regular basis when I'm sleeping. You know what I'm saying? I'm making tens of thousands. Like, to me, that's just being smart about it. But let me keep my ass stationary and move around slowly while I figure out how to make that happen. So, you know, because I'm working towards getting off this continent. Like, that's my ultimate dream, to get off this continent, period. And by land, on the continent of Africa. That's my ultimate. That's what I really, really like. I've been following you for a long time. I have no plan on stopping now. Because unless you stop having a channel, and I appreciate you so much, Zeta. And I finally got back on YouTube and am consistent. Zeta goes back to my Hotel Honda days. So yeah, I'm looking forward to, and I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm looking forward to having a monetized channel. I'm looking forward to. Here's my thing. I'm looking forward to, and this is another thing that's on my mind. Always been on my mind. I'm looking forward to having a monetized channel and really creating a strong community that I'm able to pour into. I have so much to offer that I want to create a community of people who are eager to receive, eager to grow, eager to just learn and be fulfilled, you know? That's what I'm looking forward to. And so I don't talk about that But that's also like with some of my sisters on Discord, I do, and I have been talking about that for over a year. Like, even before I created this channel, putting together, my heart is to build communities because I got a lot to offer for free. And then the exceptional things above what I have to offer for free, how do I monetize that and really grow a serious community? You know what I mean? A serious community. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm here for what I got to give. I'm trying to empty myself in this world. I'm not trying to take anything with me. I don't create any social media page for what I can get out of it. I genuinely don't. This is my first time like, you know what? I do want to have a monetized channel. And I had to be honest with myself. And that's not even for what I'm getting out of it because I always give more than I get. Always. That's just who I am because I have so much to offer, and I get everything that I got from the source, straight from the source. God pours into me so much. Like I said in one of my whatever it was, I'm a billionaire in God's bank. A billionaire. And I mean that. That's why I never really end up, fucked up, dusted, and disgusted because God got me. Because I listen. I listen when I hear God speak. And I know that God is here and not off somewhere, some invisible. I can see me. I'm looking at God right now. You know what I mean? And that's how I believe. I believe God's word. I'm careful with what I say because in scripture, God say, my words will not come back to me void. So I'm cautious about what I say because my words will not come back to me void. So, baby, I speak life into me and to everybody else because I don't want dead people around me. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen to people complain. I don't let people complain to me. I know I've been called a bitch and all kind of things, but that's okay because I'm not coming to you complaining. Why should I let you complain to me? Why should I sit up here and let you and use all these low frequency words to me? Because I don't bring that energy to you. Don't you're not going, you know. And people have experienced that, but that's okay. That's okay. If I can't speak life into you, then we're not meant to be around each other because I'm going to speak life. I'm going to speak life. I think I made a boo boo with my plants on Sunday, and I'm just speaking life into them because I forgot it's winter, and think, I think I over fertilized them because they not looking good. But I'm just speaking life. I'm like, it's almost spring, y'all. I want y'all to live. Stay with me. Ooh, they not looking good. They not looking good at all. I really hope. I keep telling them they're gonna be fine. I keep telling them they're gonna be fine. They strong. They gonna get through it. Because that's just what I do. I speak life, but I do understand that things die. That's a part of life. But I think I over fertilized them, baby. Thank you. You feel me? You feel me? Bad vibes don't go with this outfit, baby. It don't go with this skin. Bad vibes do not go or flow with anything around here. You feel me? You feel me? Look at Spider over here. I've been pulling off so many yellow leaves. The only ones doing okay are the ones that I just topped. This one I took all the way out and resawed. Y'all saw whoever was on that live, all of them, and I'm just like, it's winter, Shalonda. You probably didn't need half as much fertilizer as you used. It's not funny about your plants. I'm telling you, right? Like, I know. If you saw them, like they not They not looking good at all. But I speak life into them. I'm like, if y'all want to live, I want y'all to live because I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot it's winter. I forgot it's winter. But baby, it's winter. Do not fertilize your plants. They not eating. You gon' overfeed them. Oh Lord. I'm glad I use a natural fertilizer too, cause they anyway. I'm gonna stop talking about y'all, but I'm saying y'all gonna be all right though. But I'm saying y'all gonna be all right. Y'all gonna be all right, child. No, no, definitely not watering too much. I think it's the fertilizer. Just learn something new. Yeah, and I've known that, but I just, I'm in California and I wasn't even thinking. I wasn't even thinking. I was not thinking at all. No, they're not overwatered. I just repotted them all Sunday and they're overfed, is what I think. Because I make all my plants forage. I make all my plants forage. I don't water regularly at all. And so, like with Pilea, I can tell when she's underwater because when she start looking not quite like how she looking now, but when she start to get droopy, give her some water, she perk right back up. But yeah, I just redid them all last Sunday, and I think because it's winter, like you don't even need to fertilize your plants in the winter. Um, and I used a good amount, because I made a big batch. I made a big batch of my mix, and they probably like, "Mama, what the hell? The hell?" And even this one here, it like every day I'm cutting off banana yellow spider leaves, and it's crazy. It's crazy. A part of me want to show y'all, but oh, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that at all, cause ooh, oh, child, child, it's not. They don't look good. But I used to get real sick, and when I would get sick, people would be like, because I have a low white blood cell count, my bone marrow just doesn't produce enough white blood cells. So when I get sick, it looked like she's about to die. It looked like she's for real, for real. Should I call the ambulance? You need to go to the hospital. This is what people's responses are. That's how they look. That's how they look. Like, so every day, multiple times a day, I just speak life into them. It's almost spring. We getting there. Uh, please don't die. Please don't die. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. Sorry. I'm sorry. Because they should be vibrant. At first I was like, is it transfer shock? But it ain't transfer shock at this point. It is not transfer shock. And plus the mixture I've been using for over a year now. Nah. I watched you repot them because of the glass. Yes. Yes. And they do not. Let me just show you Pilea. I'm gonna show you Pilea. This is the aluminum plant. This is the one that when I've made her forage too long. See, look, she look like she coming back up. But baby, this is this is not what she looked like. This is not what she looked like. This is not what she looked like. But this one right here was drooped over a little bit more. You strong, baby. Just stay with me. You are strong. You are strong. And I do apologize. I really do apologize. Oh man. All I see are, I can't even say it. Look, I'm not even monetized at all, but I don't want them to be like, you know what? With a mouth like that, we're not gonna monetize her at all. But I'm not gonna tell you all I see. I'm not gonna tell you all I see. And then her skin looking all wrinkled. Oh, Pilea. I'm laughing with you, baby. I'm laughing with you because I know you're gonna be all right. I know you're gonna be all right. You want to live, and I want you to live. I know you're gonna be all right. It was just a shocker, and it won't happen again. It won't happen again. I will absolutely be more mindful next time. I think I was still, just thrown off by all the glass. Like, why would somebody do that? So you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Look at the little babies in there. Yup, yup. So this is one of them. This is one of them. And I was thinking too, but I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it because see, plants are strong. They will heal themselves just like our human bodies will. I was thinking maybe I should just flush it, flush it, flush it. Like no, because these also don't like to be soggy wet. So no, I'm not gonna do that because the more if I did that and then all this is wet, it'll be wet for a long time, and I don't want that. Maybe a bigger. This is a bigger pot. This is a bigger pot. You got to see the roots. Mm-mm. Because that's another thing. You don't want your plant roots to just be drowning in soil. So you missed the whole repotting, Zeta. I got 11 plants. I mean, even nurseries fuck up sometimes. So it's not it's not to say I don't know what I'm doing. It's just we make mistakes sometimes, but this is a bigger pot because these don't have giant roots. These don't have giant roots, and you definitely do not want to oversize the pots for the roots that whatever plant may have. So, and the roots have gotten fuller and thicker from when I bought this. So, but yeah, this is a bigger pot. Yeah, it was in a 2-inch pot when I bought it. Home Depot has some new plants where they just got the little babies in little 2-inch pots. And my Sangonium was also in a 2-inch pot. So, but yeah, this is bigger pot. I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you what it is. I'm trying to tell you what it is. It's that fertilizer. It's the fertilizer. That's the problem because most plants you don't fertilize in the winter. Most of them you do not fertilize in the winter. And my Sangonium, the two leaves that got cut, I chopped them off today because they were gone. Their color was gone. They were gone. Hey, what's up, Gray Man? Yeah, so they were gone. But um Pilea does look better than she did this morning and yesterday. Cause I'm telling you that one branch, it was like that. So yes, do not, do not, and if you do need to, like maybe you haven't fertilized in 6 months, just do a topical. Just put a little something on the top, or if you got worm castings, just on the top. Don't redo the whole thing. Just a little bit on the top. Swish it around, and then that'll be good enough. That'll be good enough. Cause like I said, with these three, that's all I did. I just topped them off. This one here, I just topped it off. Look, beautiful. Maranta girl is beautiful. I just topped it off. That girl right there topped it off. Um, Philly, same thing. I just topped it off. Spider, I repotted Spider. I took her out, put another fresh mixture, and she been yellowing and browning ever since. Ever since. So that's how I know it was the fertilizer. Yeah, because pretty much all of them is up there cussing me out. But I'm still speaking life into them. I'm still speaking life into them because that's what I do. That's what I do. I don't claim defeat, and I don't speak death, and I don't speak low vibrational, low frequency words because my words will not come back to me void. So, um, that's it. I'm going to end this live here. I appreciate y'all being here. Hopefully, somebody can take away some gems from what I said. And if anybody just want to share something with me, definitely comment. Um, because I'm constantly thinking about, what I can do. And stay on the lookout because once I get these done, like I say, that one over there is drying before I can finish. Like that's just the the first part of it. I haven't even started on it. Um, but stay tuned because this is gonna be a whole dope idea. A whole dope idea. So I won't let the cat out the bag, but just stay tuned. And to all of the subscribers to this channel, I appreciate y'all so much. I really, 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 really do. I'm so grateful. And I will see y'all on the next video. And lastly, let me say this, although I just said I'll see y'all on the next video. For those of you who watch my videos all the way to the end, like my recorded videos, I super, super appreciate y'all because that for YouTube, that means a lot. So keep watching to the end. Keep watching the videos all the way to the end. Even if you're not paying attention to it, just let it play all the way to the end because YouTube, that makes a huge difference. So I just want to say thank y'all. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see y'all the next time I post a video. Peace. Y'all have a great day as well.